Good evening and welcome to Princess Seed channel. We appreciate all of you, the fans out there who have already been lifted. I believe that you are lifted already, and there's nothing the devil can do about it. You are so lifted, and the grace of the Lord is upon your life. So, whatever enemy wants to short circuit your vision, the Lord shall raise them down to the ground. And as our celebration is really loading, we have an important message for us here, which says our celebration is seriously loading and it is testimony time. And this is a write-up, I think, that came on the inside about what we are expecting. Said, I still recall the day I shared a vision with you all, and I boldly declare that Apostle Ken would bring a life-changing grant. I remember the excitement, the anticipation, and the faith that filled our hearts. To all those who doubted, I ask, are you seeing the manifestation of God's promise now? Are you witnessing the power of faith and the goodness of God? Let's give him all the glory. He is faithful and his word never fails. I want to encourage you all to hold on to your faith. Even when it seems like nothing is happening, God is always working behind the scenes and his timing is perfect. Don't give up. All right, it's like Okay. Don't give up on your dreams, your visions, and your prayers. Keep pushing forward and know that God will bring it to pass. The UAG grant is not just a blessing, but a testament to the power of prayer and faith. It's a reminder that God is always listening, always watching, and always working on our behalf. So let's celebrate this victory and let's continue to pray for more blessings to come our way. Let's keep pushing forward and let's never lose sight of God's goodness and faithfulness. To Apostle Ken, I want to say thank you for being a vessel of God's blessings. Your obedience to God's voice has brought blessings, not just to yourself, but to many others. May God continue to use you mightily. And to everyone who has been a part of this journey, I want to say thank you for your support, your prayers, and your encouragement. Let's continue to lift each other up and let's continue to celebrate God's goodness in our lives. You know, there's something I actually noticed. You could observe that the voice of Honorable Farouk is currently going down little by little, because there is more on this other side that believes that there is something for them. Yes, Farouk came out just in a bid to poison the already volatile community that is hurting, the community that is hurting, and Farouk came out to hurt it the more. Yes, he might think possibly he's saying something that because of the delay that caught up with people, and that was how the flame rose, the fire gouted. But there are people that cannot be deceived because they are holding tenaciously to what God has promised them, and that the grant is available and it's going to be disbursed. Yes, to everything there is a purpose and a reason. I wouldn't say there is no reason why Farouk came out. He came out, he has a reason, he has his purpose, and God has a purpose for everything. But much more than whatever news that proliferated the air that made a lot of people wounded, some landed in the hospital, some became so heart attacked. You know, a lot of evil happened within that time because of expectations that appears to be dashed. But I think expectations are coming up again. People are healing. Yes. And that is what God wants. He wants us to heal. He wants us to believe in what He has promised us. So I think expectation is beginning to build up again. There are those who are yet to come up to believe that what God promised us through the country director is going to come to pass. But I want to liven your hope and renew your confidence that you will receive your money. You will receive your money. Your fund will be disbursed to you. No matter how long it takes, one day your night will turn to day. Your moment of pain will finally be ended. And it will end in a testimony. Just like some sections within the government circle who have not been paid salary for over 11 months rejoiced tonight. They began to celebrate tonight because of what God did. You know, that is exactly how yours would come. Suddenly, it would be like a flea. It would just be like, where is it coming from? You know, one of the names of God is Wonderful. In fact, when the prophet prophesied of a child that is to be born and a son that is to be given, and government shall be upon his shoulder, he said, and his name shall be called Wonderful. And I believe that God will manifest Himself through that name Wonderful in the life of all expectant beneficiaries, because it shall be suddenly wonderful. When all hope appears to have been lost, that is when you see God dive in to do the best in us to do best. You know, every impossibility, God specializes in them. So I want your hope to be rejigged again, because in this festive season, your joy shall be multiplied. The Bible said the more they afflicted them, the more they multiply and the more they grew. It didn't even talk about addition. It talks about multiplication, because multiplication is addition on steroids. There is a way multiplication does. It is more than double of what addition does. So what God wants to do for you is to multiply your increase. What God wants to do for you is to multiply those your days of delay, turning them into glory, turning them into testimonies, and it will finally result to you for a testimony. That's what His word says. So I believe that this December there would be celebration. And with this write-up says celebration is already loading. Is already loading. I believe that it's going to come to pass, and this is testimony time. Your testimony is part of it. My testimony is part of it. This is not hype now. This is what we believe. You know, there's a difference between believers and unbelievers. Believers believe to see. Unbelievers see before they believe. So don't blame me if I am talking as a believer, because I'm a believer that it's going to come to pass. And if you are a believer too, you will see into what I'm saying. We have not seen, but we believe that is coming, that there is money to be disbursed, and it will come. It will land in our account. And for those who believe, even those who don't believe, there's a way God does things, that those who don't believe, it's not because they did not submit their credentials. They submitted. They submitted their plans. They submitted their purposes. They put in their bank details. They put in their projects and all that. They submitted. It's just because along the line they got wearied and they got tired and they got fed up. Then they turned back to be unbelievers. But there were those that have keyed in their credentials also, but along the line they get more strength, you know, to believe that no matter what happens, they are going to see it through to the end. And these are the two classes of individuals that you know, the believers and the unbelievers, apart from the factionals that has to do with the sideliners, you know, like I said before. But I am in the group of believers, and what you believe is what will come to you. So I wish you, all believers within the grand ecosystem that believes in Sanctuary Wealth Multipurpose Foundation for disbursement of grant, definitely your time has come. And upon this wise, we are drawing the curtain for this night commentary. I wish you a very blissful night rest. Your testimony is loading. Your testimony has arrived. It is your moment of laughter. I wish you the best. Stay blessed. We love you.